is Daryion. So when I arrived at the hospital, they didn't even think I was in labor. The front desk staff was actually really rude to me. We sat in triage for an hour, moved to the labor room, met our nurse, didn't really see her, it was in the middle of the night. And then I remember I was pushing and nobody was there. And my husband ran out to the hall to get people. I was in the bathroom at the time and they kind of really forced me into the hospital bed. Forced me to be checked, and I was screaming, writhing in pain, 100% forcefully did it. And at this point, they hadn't even called my doctor. My doctor didn't even know that I was in labor. And then I was on my back pushing, and I remember the nurses and it was the on-call doctor were just talking, having their own conversations as I was pushing. Anyways, my baby was born in the hospital, unmedicated, went well, so to speak, for a hospital. Afterwards, they really bullied us into the vitamin K injection. And then they also, it was supposed to be a baby-friendly, breastfeeding-friendly hospital, but they forced us to do a supplemental nursing system. I think in the hospital, my husband might disagree, but I almost feel like he was embarrassed to do counter pressure and to support me. Because I don't know, there's people, it feels very clinical, very sterile. So for my second, I was looking for somebody who could actually support me in an unmedicated birth and somebody that would encourage that. So that kind of led me to looking for midwives, and I was not comfortable with a home birth. And so I felt really safe with a birth center option. So my second, I woke up at 2 a.m. just to contractions 2 minutes apart. He was I called the midwife, she said to meet her at the birth center. My husband was grab your clothes, we're getting in the car, I'm getting our oldest child up. And I was I cannot move, I can't go anywhere. He calls Loretta and he's we are not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it to the birth center. And she's okay, well, tell me your address, I'm gonna come to you. But she was passing our street as she was on the phone with us. She came in and she was yeah, you're having a baby right now, And then baby was born 10 minutes later. Knew we would definitely come back to the birth center after our anatomy scan. Loretta called me. And she said, they thought that they saw a cleft, so can you come to your next appointment? We'd like to do another ultrasound. I was devastated because I was oh my gosh, I know I'm gonna have to advocate for my baby, but now I'm gonna be risked out of care, I'm gonna be in the hospital, and that was literally my worst fear, was that I was gonna be at the hospital. I was my baby's gonna be in the NICU, just spiraling. And then I came in for the ultrasound, and that's the thing is, at the birth center, it's the midwives, yes, they're all amazing, but it's not just the midwives. If you think about other doctors' experiences that you've had, usually the office staff, they're very cold. You do not have a relationship with them. But I came in, I was by myself, my husband was home with the older kids, and Ellie, the office manager, she probably doesn't even know this, but I sat down and she said, this doesn't mean that you can't have your baby here. We still want to support you, and it doesn't mean that you're gonna have to go to the hospital. So, and that's really what I needed to hear. I had the ultrasound and we confirmed that our baby would be born with a cleft. But I knew it was gonna be okay, because I knew that I could advocate for my baby if I could have the birth that I wanted. They connected me to a lactation consultant because I still wanted to breastfeed. So they were able to connect me with a lactation consultant that was really experienced in feeding cleft babies. And then something that we really appreciated is The midwives really kind of treated us as the experts, as we should be. I mean, it's our baby, and we were meeting, with primaries, with plastic surgeons, cleft specialists, all the people. So really, I mean, we were the experts on our baby. And I think at every appointment, they asked me, they were like, so what can we do? What can we do to support you? What do we need to do when your baby is born? Like, how can we help? So one of my friends recently had her first baby, and she said, my birth was traumatic, but it doesn't matter. My baby was born healthy, so it's fine, it doesn't matter. And I said to her, no, that is so wrong. I hear women say that all the time, that nothing matters, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that my baby is born healthy. And it does matter. Birth is really your initiation into motherhood, and it is your baby's initiation into life, and it matters. And trauma should not be the norm. That should not be someone's welcome to life. It shouldn't be born out of trauma.